everybody, what's up and welcome back. And it is that time again. I got my Monsterbass box for the month of January. This is the first box of the new year, and what is awesome about this box is this is the Strike King Takeover box. So this is going to be an awesome box, so stay tuned because we are going to dive right into it. Alright everybody, we are back and I got my Monsterbass box here and we're going to dive right in and we're going to check things out. This is the Strike King Takeover box. So the month of January, Strike King is taking over the box and we're going to have a bunch of Strike King baits in here, and I'm very excited about this box. Can't wait to see what we got in there. It's going to be awesome. I love Strike King stuff. So let's dive right in and let's see what we got. So we're going to open up the box, and this is a new box, by the way. They redesigned it and did some stuff, so there might be some new stuff on there. There's a few things on here that says learn from the pros right here, and you can go check out our sites and stuff for pro staff guys like myself, and we do tips and tricks and talk about the baits that we get in our boxes. So that's something you guys can do if you're wondering things. You can check out our YouTube channels and you can watch the guys that are on pro staff and do tips and tricks, and you can learn how to use these baits that are coming in these boxes. And then the other thing they got in here on the new box is tips for catching monster bass. So this has got a tip thing for spring, summer, and fall, and winter bass. There's a measuring thing on here. Gives you an idea of what bait you need to throw and talks about everything that you need to do. That's really cool. That'll help you guys out as well. That's a cool thing that they put in this box. And you know, it's always good to have something like that to help you along to kind of figure out what you might want to throw that day depending on the temperature of the weather and the time of year that you're fishing. So that's pretty awesome. So the first thing we got in the box is it's like a card. It says Strike King Lure Takeover, and looks like that right there. And then inside of it shows you some of the baits that'll be coming in the boxes, and on this it tells you that depending on what area you're going to be living in, you're going to get 5 of the 7 baits that are on this box. It says 5 to 7 baits, sorry. 5 to 7 baits. So you're going to get 5 to 7 of these baits that are on this paper right here, which is awesome. All the baits on there are really awesome. So that's super cool. And then the next thing we got in there is a Monsterbass Swag 20% off coupon right there. So that's cool. So if you guys get this box, you're going to get a coupon to get 20% off at Monsterbass as well. That's super awesome as well. It saves you money on gear and baits that we sell at the site there. So that's super cool. That's something awesome there. Then, of course, you get a cool Monsterbass sticker. I love those. I stick them all over my table. I've got them on my boats, my kayaks, and things like that. So that's super cool as well. So we're going to set that back here out of the way. And then we're going to dive right in. Now, we didn't get a list of what is in here like we normally do in the other boxes. There's not a list that says what is in there. So we're just going to go through each bait. Normally, I think maybe because this is the Strike King Takeover box, they didn't put that in there. But normally there's a little thing that tells you each bait, and then you pull it out, and it usually tells you what the price is. But we didn't get one of those this month. It's probably because Strike King took it over and did it their way. So, but that's cool. But there's some super awesome baits in there. I'm looking right now, I'm just going, wow. So we're going to dive right in with some of the stuff that we got in here. The first thing that's in the box is a Strike King KBD jerk bait. Super awesome. This is a 4 to 7 foot diver, and this is in a shad pattern, and check that out. So that's number 1 from Strike King, and I love fishing jerk baits, and this time of year in the winter, jerk bait's really good. You can fish a jerk bait year round and usually catch fish on it. They do really good in the spring for me, really good in the fall, and I even fish them over the summer and catch fish and stuff. Not as much, but they're really good in the winter. You just fish them really slow, and super good baits. I think this one has some rattle in it as well. So yeah, it's got some beads in it as well. So yeah, there's the first one we got, Strike King bait, Strike King jerk bait. Now the next thing we got in there is a Lipless Crank. This is a red eye shad. This is a 1/2 ounce. This is a blue and silver shad color with the red eye shad in it. Love these baits. Tilt that up there so you guys can see it. Love fishing lipless cranks. If you guys don't know how to fish a lipless crank, it's really easy to fish a lipless crank, man. All you gotta do is whip it out there. You can either just crank it back if you want, or you can yo-yo it where you cast it out, you let it fall to the bottom, and you rip it up and let it fall. Rip it up, let it fall. You just go whoop and let it fall down. Pull it up, and you'll feel that bait do like that, and then it'll flutter down. You feel it go whoop like that, and then it flutters down, and it goes up like that, and then it flutters down. Or you can cast it out and you can reel it, and then you can just pull it sideways. I change up my retrieve. You need to change it up too, depending on what the fish are wanting that day. Sometimes they like the yo-yo. Sometimes they like it to be just reeled in. Sometimes they like it to be reeled, and then you just give it a little jerk where it makes it move a little. It'll be going along like this, and then it goes like that, and then it slows down. And either one of those techniques will catch you fish. I use them all, and depending on what it is, and I just change it up. I'll cast it out there, and I'll yo-yo it some, and then I might rip it a little bit, and I might yo-yo it and then rip it as I'm reeling it on the same cast. Or you can do one all yo-yo, one in. Just switch it up, change your cadences, you know, change your speed, and that's how you figure out what the fish want. Once you figure it out, you're on. I mean, I've had days where just yo-yoing it just hammers fish. And I've had days where just, you know, kind of just reeling it and then doing that little rip, and then doing that little rip and then letting it fall a little bit will catch fish. I mean, it just depends on what the fish want. You know how it is. The fish, they're different every day. I mean, what you were catching them on last week, it may be totally different the next week. So, there you go. Red eye shad, lipless crank. Love these things. You can fish these year round as well. Super great baits. Next thing we got in there, that's our second Strike King, is we got a 1.5 KBD crankbait, Squarebill. Love these. That's a super cool color. Hope you guys can see that. Yeah, that's simple as can be. Cast it out, reel it back. Reel it fast, reel it slow. Just, you know, change up your speed to see what the fish want. And this is in a crawl kind of pattern. It's brown with a little bit of an orange belly. Hope you guys can see the orange belly on it, but there you go. It's a crawl pattern with an orange belly. Could be kind of a bluegill, you know, pattern as well, but looks more like crawl to me. This is a good color though. This will work really well. And 1.5s. My favorite size crankbaits are 1s and 1.5s. Those are my favorites to throw. I don't throw anything usually too much bigger than that. I have a few that are a little bit larger, but 1.5 is probably my favorite size, and just a great bait. So yeah, there you go, another Strike King. Then we're gonna dig in here. We got another Strike King. We got a Thunder Cricket. And if you guys don't know what a Thunder Cricket is, a Thunder Cricket is a chatterbait. That's all it is. It's Strike King's version of a chatterbait. This is a cool Thunder Cricket. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's got a black blade, super cool color. This is like a blue and green pumpkin mix, and this is a 1/2 ounce. And you can't go wrong with chatterbaits, especially when you're fishing a lot of grass. Man, you just cast it over and you run across the grass. As it gets in there, you rip it out, and yeah, the fish will hammer it. I mean, just hammer it. If you fish ponds that have a lot of grass in it, chatterbaits are a great way to go. They pull through the grass really well, and fish will just crush them. Or lakes, for that matter, that you got a lot of grass. Just a really great bait. Great for casting around the edge of lily pads, things like that. I mean, just run them around the sides of cover and stuff. Not so great for bouncing in the cover, but I have thrown them in the cover and catch fish. But a spinnerbait's a little bit better when you're chucking it in the wood and bouncing off. It tends to deflect a little better and not get hung up as much. But you can do it, but you probably get hung up. I mean, if you're going to be fishing a lot of wood, spinnerbait's the way to go. If you're fishing grass lines and edge lines and things like that, chatterbait works really good. So there you go. So that's 4 from Strike King. And then the next thing we got in here is a KBD Personal Plastics. This is the Bama Crawl in the what color is this? It's Bama. I guess it's Bama Crawl color. This is 2 3/4 ounce. There's 9 of them in here, and this is a Ned Rig type bait that Strike King is putting out, and I will put one of those out of the package for you guys so you can see it, so you can see a better look at it. But if you guys know me, I love fishing a Ned Rig. I mean, just love fishing a Ned Rig, and you can fish a Ned Rig year round and catch fish, and just a great all-around bait. And this is a really awesome color as well. This is kind of a crawdad kind of pattern type color, but just to let you guys see it a little better. That's a super good color. I've caught tons of smallmouths on colors like that. That orange with that green on top, just a good color, man. It'll get you fish, man. So you can't go wrong with that. Ned rig's a great bait. I'm actually going to probably tie one of these on here when I go fishing tomorrow and see if I might be able to dredge up me a bass with one of these guys. But let me get this thing back in here. Yeah, like slip a little tight here. All right, can you get in there? There we go. Go back to your friends. I'm struggling. It's got this little separation of plastic on both sides that it's got to separate on. There we go. So anyway, there's 9 of those in there. That's super awesome. I love getting stuff like this. These are soft plastics that I'll use. I mean, I fish a Ned rig. I usually have a Ned rig tied on every day on one of my rods. I mean, it's not usually. I do have some sort of Ned rig tied on using something like that every day. So, pretty awesome to get that. So that's 5 Strike King baits that we got in there. So there's our 5. And then we've got some Rage Tail swimmers in here. We've got, this is in watermelon red flake. And these are Rage Tail Menaces. These are great baits. Super great baits. I've used these. You can use them as trailers. You can use them as trailers on your chatterbaits. You can use them as a trailer on your jigs. You can fish them Texas rig. You can fish them weightless if you want to. Just a super great bait. And ironically, this actual color and stuff, I caught a big catfish on last year, dragging it on the bottom, which is kind of funny. But super great bait. These work really, really well. I mean, you can fish them by themselves, or you can add them to, like I said, a chatterbait or anything like that, you know, a jig. And just an awesome bait. I love these Rage Tails are awesome. And so there you go. And then the next thing we got is another package of Rage Tails. This is in the Rage Crawl. This is Bama Bug color. A little bit different design on these. So there you guys go. Super awesome baits. And I love creature baits. If you guys follow my channel, you know I fish a lot of creature bait stuff. It's probably one of my favorite type of soft plastics to throw, other than throwing Ned rig stuff. And yeah, can't go wrong with that. So there you guys go. That's everything that's in the box. This is an awesome box. This is Strike King stuff. I mean, I couldn't say anything better about this box. Everything in this box is just phenomenal. And one thing I love about these boxes is that these boxes, everything that I've gotten in these boxes since I've been doing Monster Bass is stuff that I would use, and I love all the baits that I've gotten. I mean, just phenomenal boxes. There's nothing that I've gotten in a Monster Bass box since I've been a part of Monster Bass box, and since I've been getting Monster Bass boxes, that I would not use and I would not fish. And that is what is really awesome about these boxes. I used to get some other boxes, and usually about half the box was stuff that I really liked and I would use, and the other half was stuff that, yeah, it might catch fish, but it was stuff that I don't really use, and so I ended up giving it all away. And you know, that's what I like about these boxes. Because they're geared to your area and where you live and where you fish, I think you get a better product that gives you more baits that you will use in the area that you live in. And I really love that about these boxes. And if I didn't tell you guys, this is the Northeast box. If I haven't said that before, I get the Northeast box because I live in the Northeast. I live in Virginia, kind of in the middle of the state, and I get the Northeast box. And I love these boxes. They're phenomenal. If you guys haven't checked out Monster Bass, you really need to go check out Monster Bass. At least try one box. I mean, get one box, try it. If you guys look down in the link below, I have a code link down there, and if you click on that link, it'll take you to Monster Bass, and you can save $10 on your first box. So do that. Click that link. Go get your first box. Check it out. Try it out. And then if you don't like it, just cancel your subscription. I mean, that's the thing. And if you guys have followed me at all, you'll know that I tried several boxes before I settled on Monster Bass. You know, I did reviews. I actually at one time was getting 3 different boxes and reviewing all 3 of them before I finally settled on Monster Bass. And I love these boxes. I love being a part of the pro staff. I love being a part of this company. It's just a great company, and they're doing great things with these boxes, and I love it. And it's awesome because it's like getting a little Christmas present or birthday present every month, and it helps you build up your arsenal of baits. I mean, I have this big wall of baits right here, but I have a whole another wall right over there that is full of baits. Here, check this out. I'll show you guys. We'll pan and see. Whole another wall of baits. right there. So let's pan back. Bring me back. So yeah, that wall right there is my crankbaits, spinner baits, swim baits, all my terminal tackle stuff and everything like that is over on that wall, and then all my soft plastic stuff, all my Ned rigs and my creature baits and everything and stuff is all on this wall. You know, Cincos and everything is all on this wall. So let me fix this and center this up just a little bit more. But there you go. So yeah, I have two huge walls of baits going on, and I'm probably gonna have to start a third wall because both of these walls are full of stuff. And that's what I like about this. This helps build up my walls and stuff. So if I lose a bait or something gets hung up, I just come in and snatch a new one off the wall. And I love being able to do that. So it's pretty awesome. So this is a great way to build up a tackle box as well. I mean, if you guys are just starting out and you're trying to figure out, you know, what to fish and when to fish, this box is really awesome for building up an arsenal in your tackle box. I mean, it's just a great box. It does really well, and it'll build up your stuff, and everything in here you can build confidence in fishing, because all these baits I have confidence in. Every bait in this box I have 100% confidence in fishing. I'll go out and catch fish on. And I'm probably going to start doing that as well, as taking these boxes out after I do my giveaway, and whatever the baits are that left, I'll probably take them out and just go hammer them. But if you watch my videos, you guys see me fishing this stuff, because I'll say in the video that this came in my Monsterbass box. That's what I do when I'm fishing those baits that I got from my Monsterbass box. So in all my videos, I usually say where I got the baits, and you know, if it came in my Monsterbass box, I'll say that I got them in there. But now, let's talk about the giveaway. So, for those of you that do know, you guys know that every time I get one of these Monsterbass boxes, I do a giveaway. So, one of you lucky guys is going to win one of the baits in this box. And this box is going to be really hard for me to decide what bait I'm going to give away, because I love everything in this box, and it's actually hard for me every month. I mean, because every time I get a box, I love everything and I want to fish everything, but I know that I want to give something back to you guys, so I have to pick one of the baits out to give back to you guys. So what you guys got to do to win, for those of you who don't know, is you need to leave a comment down below. You can leave a comment on, you know, what is your favorite bait that you saw in the box, or just anything. You can say hi. Excuse me. Doesn't matter what comment, just leave some sort of comment down below. You can talk about whatever you want. I mean, just post whatever you want. And then I will randomly pick one of the comments in about a week after I post this video, and one of you guys will win one of the free baits. And if you guys don't know, everybody that has won so far, if they can attest that I usually send more than one bait. I will take one of the baits out of my Monsterbass box, and then most of the time I pick a bait or two off of these walls that I have, and I throw them in there as well. And I usually try to make it a little bit more than just one bait. But that's what I do. It's what I like to do to give back. It's also, I like to send it to you so you guys can try something that came out of the Monsterbass box and go out and catch fish with it and see that these boxes are really awesome and you should be getting one. You know, so I do think you should definitely try them out, you know, and give it a shot and see if you like it. Like I said, they're geared to your regions. So whatever region you in, whether it's you live on the West Coast, you live in the Midwest, you live in the North, you need the South, whatever region you live in, if you go to the website, you'll see the regions, you pick the regions that you live in, and then you say that's the box you want, and that's what you get. And if you want to change your region, say that you're watching some stuff and you see that, you know, maybe, you know, if you live in, you know, a split, if you're in the middle of the states, you know, like I talked to a guy just recently that is in the southern part of Virginia, and he actually used to get the northern box, but he switched to getting the southern box because it actually was more towards what he fishes, and so he switched over. So you can do that. You can say you live in the northwest, or you live in the southwest, or something like that, or you say you live up in North Dakota, but you like the box that is coming from Texas, that the guys are getting down in Texas, then switch the region and get that box. You can do that. You don't have to specifically get that region, but I will tell you that they do really good on the regions. For me, and the northwest, the northeast region box that I get, is spot on. Spot on. The baits that they send me is spot on and phenomenal. So, and from what I've seen from other people, they're doing really awesome with the regions and stuff. And I love that. The fact that they have guys that are picking baits for the regions that you live in is super awesome, because all the other companies out there, I mean, they just pick stuff and put it in there, and there's a lot of stuff that comes in. That's one of the things that I noticed. There's a lot of stuff that came in the other boxes that I used to get that just really weren't baits that would probably work that great in the region that I live in. Not that they wouldn't catch fish, but they're not going to be as productive as the boxes that I get now from Monster Bass. So those are things to keep in mind when you guys are getting boxes. But I love Monster Bass. I am very happy to get these boxes. I'm very proud to be a part of this company and this team. I love it, and I'm going to keep on trucking along, man, because they're phenomenal. I can't say enough about them. I just can't say enough about the company. Can't say enough about the boxes, man. I mean, they're just awesome, and so you guys need to go try them out. So there you guys go. Leave a comment down below to enter in the contest. I will be posting this video. This video is probably going up on Monday, this coming Monday, and then you guys have a week to leave comments, and then I will pick a winner, and I will notify you through email and through the YouTube channel, and I'll let you guys know that you won, and then shoot me your information and I will send you some free stuff. So there you guys go. So hope you guys liked the video. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the ding dong button. Also, if you guys are going after your first Monster Bass box, there's a link down below. Click on that link, it'll take you to Monster Bass, and you can get $10 off your first box. So use the promo code that's down below. That'll help you guys out as well. And the other thing I got to say is just do yourself a favor, get out there, get your lines wet, and catch some fish.